I used to think I was eating healthy. I even learned how to cook. I started cooking my own chicken breast, my own vegetables. I used to roast them in the oven. But every time I ate, I felt bloated. I felt tired. My skin looked like shit. I used to have spots everywhere. They were the size of marbles and red like a sore thumb. And I couldn't figure out why. Turns out the food which I was cooking the food in, the food which my mum cooked since I was a baby, was poison. Once I cut all of the seed oils out, I felt clearer. Once I cut them out, I felt cleaner. I looked better. I looked leaner. My skin started feeling better. And the worst part, that these oils are hidden in every single thing that you eat, even when you think you're eating clean. Now, seed oils, they inflame your brain. Seed oils like soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil, and sunflower oil are ultra high in omega-6 fatty acids, especially linoleic acid. Now, what omega-6 does is it causes chronic inflammation, especially in the brain. It's linked to depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline. Now, the amount of mental clarity I have now compared to before is actually night and day. I can actually focus on things compared to before. Before, I felt like every time I would try and think about something or focus my mind on something, I was not able to do it. I literally had a constant brain fog. Studies actually support this, that too much omega-6 in the diet does cause inflammation, does cause depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. So if you're someone who thinks, you know what, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing all the right things, but I always have this kind of, this kind of fogginess, I can't really think clearly, think straight, it's probably because of what you're eating has seed oil in it. It has all of these things in it. So when you go to the supermarket, when you go to Asda or whatever, pick up what you're looking at and just flip it around and read the ingredients. Now, if you see anything which says some kind of oil, then just put it away. If it's not, the easiest way to put it is, if it's not coconut oil, if it's not butter, ghee, olive oil, avocado oil, then don't consume it. Don't consume it. That is the most important thing to know. Now, when seed oils are heated, which they always are, right, they form toxic oxidation products like aldehydes. Now, what oxidation means is when they're heated, they break down. And when they break down, they release aldehydes. Now, these byproducts, these aldehydes, they damage DNA, they damage proteins and even your mitochondria, which causes cellular dysfunction. And what that means is it basically makes your cells not work properly. Now, not only will they make you age and look worse, they'll make sure you prune. And if you don't know what a prune looks like, just Google what a prune is, and they'll make you all wrinkly, all saggy, the opposite of aging well. In fact, it'll make you age in the worst way possible, because you'll probably be riddled with diseases, illnesses, feeling like a miserable person. Now, when I was consuming a lot of seed oil, even though I was about 17, 16, whatever, right, my face looked very old, and you would have not thought that this guy is 17 or 18. Like, if you visibly looked at my face, you're like, you know what, something is not right here. This guy's not consuming the right foods. Now, cutting these out, it's basically like having an anti-aging effect on your skin and on your body. I'm literally being so serious. Cutting out seed oil will have an anti-aging effect, because especially if you've been consuming seed oils, like, brown guys, we've been having seed oil. My mum still cooks in seed oil from time to time, if she's being a bit silly. But from the ages of 6 or 7, maybe even 5, all the way to when you're knowledgeable enough to not consume seed oil, we're talking about 20 odd years, you're consuming seed oil pretty much every single day, multiple times a day when you're eating your mum's food. Compare that to, you just all of a sudden stop consuming seed oil, you start taking ghee, which is very good for brown people, you start taking butter, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, you start cooking your food in all these healthy oils. That is a massive change for the body, for yourself. So of course it'll be an anti-aging, anti-aging side effect. And another thing seed oils do, boys, is they make you fat, and especially they'll give you belly fat. Now, seed oils, they increase visceral fat. Belly fat is known as visceral fat. You can have subcutaneous fat, but if you're fat just around the midsection, like around your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys, your heart, and whatever, that's called visceral fat. Now, that's the most dangerous kind of fat. Now, if you look at a fat a baby has, that's subcutaneous fat. It's subcutaneous fat. That's normal. That's fine. That can easily be gotten rid of. Now, as the baby grows up, you'd realize the baby will kind of not lose that fat, but it will basically lose that fat. Now, Seed oils give you the bad kind of fat, the visceral fat, the kind of fat which makes you susceptible to diseases and illnesses. They disrupt your metabolism. And because they do this, they also increase insulin resistance. Now, if you know about anything about insulin resistance will inevitably, not possibly or anything like that, inevitably, it's only a matter of time before they make you fat. That is if you're insulin resistant. And that is something which seed oils do. Now, linoleic acid disrupts your hunger hormone, which is leptin, and it triggers overeating. Now, linoleic acid, as we mentioned before in this video, linoleic acid is something which is in the seed oils. And now, if your hunger signaling isn't working and your body constantly thinks it's hungry, it's going to give you that feeling in your stomach. You know what? I want to eat something. Why am I always hungry? It's because your insulin resistance, because of that, your leptin is resistance as well. Your body does not know that it's just eating. In fact, your body thinks it's starving. This is something which I had a problem with for a while, because seed oils, they're very calorie dense and they literally have zero nutritional benefit compared to something like, olive oil. Olive oil does have a lot of calories, but it has good stuff inside it. It has very beneficial properties. If you're consuming seed oils and you think to yourself, why am I still fat? The thing is, you're not tracking your seed oils properly. So if you just cut out the seed oils and you replace it with one of the fats which I mentioned before, you will very, very like 99%, you will start losing weight. And that's just a byproduct. You'll also get a lot healthier. And a lot of the time, boys, when you're struggling to lose weight, you need to get healthy enough to lose weight. A lot of people, they're unhealthy, and because of that, they can't lose weight. So get healthy to lose weight. Now, the linoleic acid, which I mentioned before, it gets stored in the fat tissue, and it takes 600 days for the body to get rid of it. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you're someone who has been consuming seed oil for a very long time, the likelihood is that seed oil byproducts, seed oil constituents stuck inside of you right now. And it will take roughly about 2 years, a bit less than 2 years for the body to get rid of it. Now, what does that mean? That means you are a seed oil. That literally means you are a seed oil, and it gets in your brain too. So if you're someone who's got constantly, you're not thinking right, you just think to yourself, why do I feel like this? Why can I not think? Why can I not get anything done? It's because you've got seed oil everywhere in your body. You're contaminated with seed oils. And because it's in the fatty tissue, it alters how your body burns fat and how it responds to insulin. Now, even if you stopped today, you might still be feeling the effect of it for a while, because it takes a while for it to pass through your body. And the thing is, it also ruins your joints, your ligaments. So if you're someone who always has these little niggly injuries, you're like, why does my ankle hurt? Why does my elbow hurt? Like you've got those kind of injuries, but there's no explanation. It's not like you play sports and you kind of get hit a lot where there's an explanation. If you're someone who's randomly got these aches and pains, the likelihood is it's seed oils causing these kind of pains. And the thing is, they're in everything. They're literally in every single thing. Seed oils are in every processed food, in crisp, in chocolates, in even protein bars, sauces, in breads, in takeaway foods, in frozen foods, and even in these health snacks. I was looking at this food in the gym. I was waiting for squash rackets. I remember this very clearly. It was me and my friend, and he's also quite clued up on seed oils too. So I went to the receptionist. I said, can I get 2 squash rackets, please? So she went over and got the squash rackets, and there was a pack of protein bars. And I asked my friend, how many, do you think there's seed oils in this? And I was looking at it and I saw there was about 7 ingredients. I thought, you know what, just from, first glance, it doesn't look like bad news. But then I had a look at it and I remember very clearly and distinctly, it had rapeseed oil and it had palm oil. And I showed my friend and we were both disgusted, because it's literally a gym. It's literally a health place, right? It should be serving foods which are seed oil free, which are healthy to an extent. But then you think about it, it's like most of the people, even though they go to the gym and they're quote unquote healthy, in reality they know nothing about seed oil. They probably don't know a lot about nutrition. And even if half of the population knew about seed oils, I would be willing to bet that there would be a lot less seed oils in the world, in the dunya. And the thing is, kids as well. Kids typically, they eat sweets, they eat packaged foods. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but these seed oils are in the kids' systems from very, very young. And it's a bit scary to think about because, as I've said in this video, all the bad things about seed oils, and you think it's going to be in kids' bodies very, very soon, as soon as they're pretty much born, and they stay in your body for 600 days. So you might be thinking to yourself, why do people consume seed oils? Where did they come from? Why do people eat them? Why are they in food? Seed oils is not food. They're industrial byproducts. Now, when seed oils were never meant to be consumed, seed oils these oils come from seeds which were not meant to be consumed, like cotton, like rapeseed. They're extracted with hexane, which is a petroleum solvent, and then they're deodorized to mask their awful smell. Now, would you eat something that needs to be bleached and deodorized to be edible? Now, what does that mean? They literally put something in it to mask the awful smell because they're already oxidized. And the thing is, when you smell the oil, it doesn't smell nice. You wouldn't know they're perfumed. They already a little bit smell like shit. And when you cook them, they oxidize even further. So if you knew the process of how they were being manufactured, how they were being consumed, would you consume seed oil? Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. And seed oils, they're not food. They're chemical sludge. They inflame your brain, they ruin your skin, they slow your metabolism, and they embed in your fat cells. Now, your grandma cooked in ghee. Now, we're cooking in motor oil. It's not the fat that's making people fat. It's these healthy heart lies. If you want more advice on what to eat and how to cook your food in a healthy way, especially for brown guys, then join my free school community. The link will be in the description below, the first one. Click on that. Thank you.